Here was Samantha Liermann to preview the 2018 indoor track season, which will be coming up after the semester, officially anyway. First off, the last time maybe that some people were aware of you competing, of course it went pretty well in Gulf Shores, Alabama, with a shot put national title. How long did it take for that to actually sink in, what you accomplished there?
I think like probably later that night it kind of occurred to me like how big it was, I guess. Yeah, right away I was just kind of like, I was upset right away because I wanted to throw a little bit further, but then once I kind of just like took it all in, it really hit me later that night, I guess.
That very instant you win a national title, what's going through your head?
I mean, it was pretty cool. I was excited that I won, but I was hoping for a little bit more distance. So I guess like it was really exciting, but it was not as fulfilling as I wanted it to be, I guess. But yeah, it was still a really good feeling.
You transferred to Concordia after first starting out at University of Nebraska. Could you ever imagine that your first couple years you'd win a team national title and an individual national title?
No, I really didn't expect all that to happen right away, but it's really exciting. I'm glad I was here for the ride.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your decision to come from Nebraska. What made you decide that choice out of high school, and why did you have a change of heart there?
I think I just chose Nebraska because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I guess it's not every day that, someone from a small town gets that type of opportunity. But when I was there, it just didn't feel like home and I wasn't happy, so I thought maybe Concordia was the place for me all along.
Well, your specialty has been in the shot put, as we mentioned. What's that process like in trying to master the technique? I'm sure it takes years and years of practicing.
Yeah, we're getting to where it's kind of like the little stuff now that I need to fix, so it's getting frustrating. At some point your technique has to come along. You just can't rely on strength, so that's kind of what we're working on now.
Obviously this program's had a pretty amazing run of throwers. How has that pushed you to become better when you're surrounded by that every day in practice?
Yeah, the whole team just kind of wants to get better every day and push that. Not only do they want themselves to be better, but everyone has a common goal for everyone to be really successful. So it's kind of pressure, but I enjoy it. I like watching other people get better, so I really like that dynamic that we have.
Well, the first person that really broke through with a national championship in recent years was Liz King, and I know people talk about how competitive she was. What impact did she maybe have on you?
Yeah, she's never gave up. Like, she kind of had struggles, but she would always try to come back stronger, and when it was competition time, she always had that fire in her, so I like to see that, and it kind of rubs off on everyone.
We take a look at this year's group of female throwers. I know some significant losses from last year with those seniors that accomplished a lot too. How's this group coming along?
Yeah, I think we should be pretty good this year. It's kind of a slow start in the beginning. I think like half the squad is freshmen, so it took some adjusting, but like at the inter squad meet we had some pretty good marks from people, so I'm excited to see how like some of the underclassmen step up.
Coach McLaughlin certainly has a reputation of being one of the top throws coaches in the country. How do you put into words just what kind of impact he's had on yourself and the group as a whole?
He definitely pushes you to get better, and I really appreciate that, but he also cares about you as a person, not just an athlete, so I really I like how he pushes you, but at the end of the day, like, he's still going to be there for you if you need something. So that's nice.
I know there's been a pretty steady flow of athletes, quite a few from around your hometown in Wisner in this track program. I mean, how do you explain that? I know it's not a huge town.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think we had 5 here last year, 5 of us. So it's nice to kind of like know some of their parents like outside of the throwing because they're all runners. So just to see their parents is cool, and like just to like if something's going on at home, you know, you see them and hey, did you hear? You know, blah blah blah. So that's pretty cool, and yeah, I think it just says something about like our work ethic.
It's become pretty routine for this program that to have top 5, top 10 national finishes. You say goodbye to, like we said, some good seniors. What do you feel like is reasonable expectations as you look to this indoor season?
No, I guess I haven't thought much about that. Yeah, I'd say maybe like top 5 at nationals, top 3 conference, hopefully.
It's just something you haven't really discussed too
No,
much.
I guess I haven't thought much about that. It's weird to think that we're almost there.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go to some quick ones here. Hey, who's the teammate that makes you laugh the most?
Carly. She's really light.
What's your dream job?
Director of operations for a sports team.
Favorite home-cooked meal?
Lasagna.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about your hometown?
Happiness.
Is there how about a famous athlete or celebrity you most want to meet?
I don't know.
You don't have one?
No.
Was there any athlete that you had that was kind of a childhood hero growing up?
David Ortiz.
How about a pet peeve?
People are late.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
What's an annual Christmas tradition that you have maybe in your family?
We usually will go to the movie theater on Christmas Day, or we'll go out to my grandpa's farm and shoot blue rock.
What's a superpower you would most want to have?
I think invisibility.
If you could go on a vacation anywhere in the world and all your expenses are paid, where would you go?
I think back to Australia.
What's the piece of instruction or advice that you get the most from Coach McLaughlin?
Use my legs.